Okay, I want to talk about some candy I found when I went down to visit my hometown where I grew up, in the Rio Grande Valley, which is at the very bottom part of Texas, right along the Mexican border. The opposite town being closest to where I grew up, which was Mission or McAllen. The Mexican town is Reynosa. We're right on the border. The bridge is there, a couple bridges. So there was a lot of, different types of candy from across the border that are very popular in the valley. And I grew up eating some type of that candy called tamarindo. And tamarindo is a very a spicy candy with some sugar and salt mixed in. And there were lots of variations of this. In fact, there was one packet. It wasn't tamarindo, but it had a lot of salt. It was basically a salt packet with some drops of lemon. It was called sal con limón. Sal, salt, con limón. And it was just salt with lemon. And you could buy packets of these for 10 cents and just suck on them all day. So that's the type of candy that I had growing up. And I didn't even know, is this good or bad? That wasn't in our consciousness then to even ask those questions. And so we're becoming a little more health aware and nutrition, concerned about nutrition as a culture, more so than we were 20 years ago. Well, I went down to visit again, and I found these in a local grocery store, okay? Now, I know they say candy, Chinese candy, but this is very close to tamarindo. It looks exactly like the tamarindo. Tamarindo is a pulp coming from the tamarindo pod from a tamarindo tree. It looks just like this, so much so that I bought it, okay? Now, it does tell you it's dried salted plums with chili. So it's obviously not tamarindo, but it looks like it, and it has chili. And anything with that is going to sell well in the Rio Grande Valley. So you got two types, all right? And the Spanish at the bottom there says saladitos con chile, really salty with chili. If you turn it over, notice that one has nutritional values and the other doesn't. Okay, they're both on the same shelf. They both cost 25 cents. And if you do have a community of people that don't have a lot of money to spare on things, candy for 25 cents is a deal, right? The trouble is, I showed you this, that one has the nutritional value, one doesn't, to show you that it's very inconsistent as far as like candy, how it's labeled, that sort of thing. All right. Now I'm going to try to zoom this up to you. I don't think it's going to work. So if I don't see it working, I'll just stop and provide this information a different way. But I wonder if you can tell. It's not zooming in very well, but there is a line here, and what I'll do is I'll go ahead, now that I have this captured on video, I'll go ahead and cut open this packet, and I'll try to get this line, this nutrition fact, copied for you and magnified so you can see that it says here, okay, total fat 0 grams, calories 20, total calories, all right. Amount per serving, so the serving is 1 bag. And it's fairly small, just 4. That's what it is. So it does say it's dried plums. So there are there are 4 dried plums in them, and they might even have the pit in them. I don't know. I'm not going to put these in my mouth, but if they have the pit, you can imagine one kid just eating all of these, sucking them, throwing the pit out. It's not much. Okay. Total fat 0 grams, total carbohydrate 7 grams, dietary fiber 4 grams, sugar 0. Okay, other carbohydrates 3 grams, protein less than 1 gram, vitamin A. There are basically no vitamins here except iron, which is 4%. But listen to this: sodium 9,560 milligrams. That is 398% of your daily value. So you're getting 4 times as much sodium as you should throughout the whole course of the day by just eating this packet. And a kid could eat this packet in 15 minutes. So 398% of your sodium intake for the day is all right here. That's 9,560 milligrams. So think of a kid that becomes addicted to this, because salt does have an addicting quality to it, and pesters his or her parent, mother or whatnot, when they're in the grocery store or when they're in the gas station to buy the salidito, buy me one of these. It's only 25 cents. It's only 15 cents or whatever. So if you're not conscious about this, you buy it. Just here you go. Here's your little candy for the day, and think of doing that day after day after day. What health effects may you eventually accrue to yourself, impose upon your body? Negative health effects, say 20 years down the line. What's going to be the result of this? I have a feeling that there is more. This is just one particular example, right? But I think we would find more of this. Maybe not to the extent that you're getting 400% of your sodium, but because candies, individually wrapped candies, don't seem to have the nutritional labels as common as other items of food do, that candy companies can put things in them like sugar and salt to a very high extent that make it very addicting, right? And we all see the kids love candy, but the question I'm asking is why? How bad is it for you? And what will happen 20 years from now if you eat these steadily for say 10 years when you're between the ages of 3 and 13 or whatever?